Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Michael from Fab Lab El Paso. We're a 501c3 nonprofit STEM education and fabrication hub in El Paso, Texas. Last year, we had the opportunity to work with the designers from Gyroscope Inc. on creating a 1/38 inch scale model of a 4-story climbing structure called the Anything's Possible Climber. That will be a feature attraction of the upcoming El Paso Children's Museum and Science Center called La Nubé, which is Spanish for the cloud.
We started with drawings and renderings from Gyroscope, along with a lot of meetings discussing all the different features and details of the climber. They sent us their architecture 3D models, which we had to convert into 3D printable files and designs. Thus began months of work remodeling almost the entire climbing structure in Fusion 360 and problem solving how we were going to fabricate and assemble each piece.
We used 3D printing, laser cutting, CNC machining, and traditional model making techniques to build out the 4 floors of the Anything Possible Climber. Our main materials were PLA for our FDM printers, resin for our SLA printers, acrylic sheets for laser cutting and CNC machining, along with wire meshes, fabric, acrylic rods, spray paints, and various types of adhesives. Many hours were spent desupporting and cleaning up prints, filing, sanding, prepping, painting, and assembling the various chunks and pieces of all the components.
A lot of obstacles sprang up during the project, often involving the 1/38 scale. Many details scaled down accurately were just too small to replicate. We had to come up with unique and clever ways to address each of these. Sometimes that involved remodeling a couple pieces, fabricating it with a different technique, or enlarging it to better fit within the model. One of the big challenges was all the meshed surfaces in the model. It took us a while to experiment with different materials and strategies to create the different curved and flat meshed surfaces. For the curved surfaces, we used a thin, formable wire mesh with 3D printed molds to press them into shape. For the finer, flat paneled, folded geometries, we used a fabric tool sandwiched between printed layers of PLA.
Once we had a majority of the structure planned out and in progress, we used our 360-degree full-body scanner made up of 98 Raspberry Pi cameras to take pictures of 7 kids from our community. Then we used Autodesk Recap and Agisoft Metashape to stitch the pictures together to create our 3D models. The models weren't perfect, so we went in Mesh Mixer and cleaned them up and exaggerated some features to make the kids more recognizable.
All of our work culminated in a 24-hour-long sprint for final assembly, where we put the final touches on each individual chunk, brought them all together on each floor, attached them to the base, and added the removable side facades. The last thing for the model itself was to glue in the scaled down, 3D scanned, printed, and painted children. To store and move the delicate model, we CNC'd out and built a storage box.
After delivering the finished model, we were asked to build a display podium for when the model was to be taken around to be shown off to drum up support and excitement for the museum. We designed and fabricated a collapsible podium with acrylic vitrine top, and everything came together solidly. The model is now being displayed at various schools, community centers, and events around town.
Overall, this was a huge project and learning experience for us. Everything from estimating costs, project management, to 3D modeling in multiple programs, problem solving, running 3D printers almost 24/7, laser cutting, CNC machining,
to 3D scanning, vacuum forming, experimenting with new materials and techniques, different assembly strategies, and a lot of traditional hand fabrication. The project is special not only because it flexes our full range of capabilities here at Fab Lab El Paso, but because it is for a great cause, showing off and getting people excited about the new awesome museum that is going to be coming to our city. Inside La Nubé, kids from all ages, backgrounds, and ability levels will be able to have access to an engaging, fun, safe, and intriguing learning environment. We can't wait for the grand opening, and we are beyond ecstatic to be a part of it.